How many of you know what a walk-on is when it comes to collegiate sports? Raise your hand. Great. For those of you who don't know, a walk-on is someone that essentially tries out for the sports team. They try out and they can get cut. They don't have a scholarship. I was fortunate enough to walk on initially the track and field team here at Western Michigan University. And I learned so much in that process. Because when you're a walk-on, nothing, and I mean nothing, is guaranteed. At any moment, you can be cut from the roster. Unlike the individuals who have scholarships, you have to show up and give 100% every single day. There is no taking a day off because the day that you choose to take off could be the last day that you spend on that team. In many ways, I equate this to the way I was raised, and maybe the way many of you were raised, is employing a blue-collar work ethic, not being afraid to do the work, as they say. And there are three things when we talk about a walk-on mentality that will make a big difference for you right now on campus, in internships, in jobs. What I'm talking about is finding ways for you to be a go-getter, a top performer, in ways that you can stand out. The first one is saying yes, like this gentleman did here just now. How many of you know those situations, and say you're in a student organization, a fraternity or sorority, or in a job, and that leader or the boss or someone comes in and they say, hey, I need to volunteer someone to stay late to put the chairs away. And what happens during that moment? Everyone all of a sudden goes like this. They look down, right? All of a sudden they're on their phone, they're sending text messages. Some dude who like 3 minutes ago, there was like no newspaper in the room, all of a sudden he has a newspaper, he's reading it. Like, yo, where did the newspaper come from? So, like it or not, during what may seem like a trivial moment of someone looking for a volunteer, someone to arrive early, someone to make a run, when you put your head down, when you don't say yes, all of a sudden, people are asking questions about you that you don't want them to ask. Questions like, are they serious about their work? Are they a go-getter? Are they a top performer? Those are not the questions you want a professor asking about you. Those are not the questions that you want an employer asking about you. You see, what happens when you say yes is you become what the author Seth Godin calls a linchpin. You become indispensable to an organization. You become that go-to person. So when that opportunity comes, maybe the more sexy opportunity, maybe that business trip they're going to take you on, or you get to meet that speaker or some panelists or something like that, they're not going to ask the whole room, hey, who wants to meet this person, or who wants to go to Chicago for this conference with me? They're going to go to that person who has been a top performer, the person who has regularly been saying yes throughout their career, throughout their education. So whenever you get the opportunity, even when it's not necessarily attractive, do all that you can to say yes. Throughout my life, I've done so many different things that have not been attractive. They haven't, frankly, been fun. But what they have allowed me to do and allowed others to do is build up trust in me. They know that I get the job done. There's not that moment when they say, hey, who wants, you can't do it. There's that moment. And when you say no, they're like, no, I'll give it to you. Don't be the person they say no about.